Happy Saturday to you, Devon. What's going on with you?
It's hot. It's ridiculously hot. It's Houston heat. It is what it is. There's no getting around it. It's a different kind of heat here. It's humid. It's
Yeah, that's what it is. The heat is bad, but the humidity is much worse. When I went to Summer Jam, actually, we both went to Summer Jam. Um, that heat was something totally different. We were right at the stage, so you can see where all the artists parked. I was so jealous. I was looking at Lil Flip's Rolls Royce. I was like, he get to sit in there in the AC, come out and perform and go right back. I'm over here drenched
that's why I
with
kept going.
hot t-shirt.
That's why I kept going back into the tent, dog. The heat is like it just sits on you.
Yeah.
You feel the heat. It ain't, like when you go to the islands and it's like 100 degrees and you're like, oh, but it ain't bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, like that's nothing.
It's nothing. It's something. It's something. It's something terrible. But just because it's terrible, like a lot of times, me being outside, it gets too hot for me, particularly because honestly, because I'm black and ugly as ever I stay Houston down to my socks. So no one know it's them again. It's them boys from In My Humble Opinion. I'm your host, Avery, like a very nice guy. It's me, it's Avery. And that's my brother over there, Just Devon, ladies and gentlemen.
That's me. You know what I mean? Same old, same
old. There you go. You can find me at the Avery THEE_AVERI, and my brother Just Devon writes for the Houston Press, best writer I know. I say it all the time. And you can find him at Dr. Douglas or also at Just Devon on all social medias. You can find us both at My Humble O and My Humble Opinion Podcast. Thank you guys for showing up, really staying in. Thank you for listening. And we have somebody special today for us. This man is one of my particular favorites. He's done it all, from making anthems like I Hate You, Bitch, to Summertime in the City, to Gangster, just to name a few, to spitting clean verses on songs with Pimp C, Boosie, Nipsey, Jay-Z, Rick Ross, DJ Screw, and the list goes on, whose music has been preaching self-care before self-care was even cool. Also, if you don't know the words to Mo City Don, are you even really from Houston? He came by to tell us about the current life and times of Joseph McVey. Wrote the Vandross, Rodin, Muhammad Ali, Elvis Presley, CEO of One Deep Entertainment, the Mo City Don, ladies and gentlemen, with the album Pressure streaming right now, the one and only Zero.
What's going on? What's going on?
I mean, the heat going on. This heat.
We're gonna start off because you're well documented. You're a Houston legend, and talking leading into that Houston legendary status. Recently at the rodeo, Bun B had that all-star performance, and one of the top moments of the evening was when the beginning of Mo City Don started playing on those speakers, and then you came out, and then a sold out arena at Energy Stadium stood up and started rapping Mo City Don. Talk about what it's like to have that kind of response to a song that you put out 2 decades ago.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, you already know what I'm about to say. It's dope, you know what I'm saying? To have 7, it's dope to have 7 people digging what you're doing, but then have like 70,000. Like that's dope times 70,000. But I mean, it's cool. I couldn't hear none of it. I mean, them special little, men in black earpieces, you can't hear shit. So I mean, I'm saying, but it was dope. It was dope. I didn't even know that the stage was moving until I was on there, because I was like, I know I just seen this, but I don't see it no more. I thought it was weed, but I mean, it was really moving, and I ain't gonna lie, I was how they say, I was taken aback, but it was dope. It was dope, and then especially to have all my people in the city that I rock with, like I mean, ain't but 3 of them, but like all 3 of them were there, and I mean, so it was dope. My auntie wasn't there, and but I mean, like my fans, you could definitely feel the love in the air, and I was like, yeah, this is really elating right there.
Now, you said there's only 3 people you really rock with. You have this people love your music, they love your art, and they're huge fans, zero, but they're also very cognizant of the fact that you don't really like to talk to or be around people. The persona is one deep. Like, you like to be by yourself. Has that changed? Did the music and the popularity create that, or have you just always been like that?
Nah, I mean, I've always been like that because I guess I'm a real good judge of, and I hate to use the word judge, but I guess I'm a real good judge of character. I'm a real good judge of person, and like you could be the realest dude or the realest chick in the room, you know what I'm saying? I still don't fuck with you, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know you, I don't know what your intentions are, so I don't really want to come across like I'm just better than nobody or uppity. But it's like, you befriend a lot of the wrong people and you pay dearly for that in the end. You know, like me, letting somebody get closer on me in Dallas, Texas at the beginning of my tenure. And it was like they wanted the autograph, but it was really an attempt to rob my chain. First time I got, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you get close to me no more. Like I'm gonna take you outside of yourself and show you the you before I put you back in and let you know, don't do that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what your intentions are, especially if you're a woman. Like you, come on now, like y'all, the dudes, yeah, I can, yeah. But them, they do this too, but you get in trouble for that. So I don't trust none of y'all. I don't give a damn. Dudes, women, squirrels, eggs, Jack in the Box burgers. I don't trust nothing.
I don't trust Jack in the Box burgers neither. But you trust one woman. You got Lolita.
Yeah, but I mean, that's One Deep Entertainment.
There you go.
And that's business. You know what I'm saying? That's business, and that's business that'll get her to another financial tangent and take me to another financial tangent at the same time. So it's like you got to be close to some people, and then being close to some people, you'll be close, but you'll still be this far apart. So what is close? What is close? It's like, people change every day. Because I know I do. I was king of the ghetto when I went to sleep last night, but I'm about to go to, on the way to San Antonio to go do this super fest with Kirko and Kiki. And when I get there, I'm probably only gonna talk to Kiki, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna slow slide and bang, and then I hit her with the mule, and I'm right back to this motherfucker. I ain't got nothing to say. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was before the music, man, because people been doing whole shit since before I even learned how to put words together. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what was the decision to start to expand out One Deep Entertainment, like signing Lolita Monroe? And honestly, there does appear to be a difference where, even on the business side, where you're more open to, all right, let's go ahead and start getting out here more, because you have a legacy. You can stop. There's no, this is not I'm zero and I need to secure something. You're zero, so you've already got this down. What's the point now in saying, let me start to expand this out?
Well, to be honest with you, I never wanted to, at any time in my career, I never wanted to sign an artist or build an artist from scratch. Because, in these days' time, I probably can make a rap artist out of this exit sign behind my head. You know what I'm saying? It's easy. But the thing about it is, like I said on the radio yesterday when I was doing the interview, everybody can do something musical. Like it's not hard. It's not hard to get a jamming song. Like we can sit in the room, me and y'all can sit in the room and I can say something. You can be like, that ain't it. Okay. Then you can be like, try this. Like we can build a hit. But the thing about it that you can't really build you can't really build a legacy that's already put together. And I tell myself, One Deep Entertainment, people know what my stamp is. And if you know what my stamp is, it's the struggle. It's basically what Tupac said, it's the rose that grew out of the concrete type of shit. That's the only type of music I would ever want to put my hands on, is another rose that's coming out of the concrete. Not because you a bad bitch and you can wear a thong and you can moonwalk across stage and make everybody dig hard. You know what I'm saying? That's not my lane. Not because you can get up here on stage and talk about and rap about how many niggas you killed. That ain't, I mean, everybody does that. The thing about Lolita was she was rapping like me.
Yeah.
I ain't heard too many people that rap like, and there's a lot of people who get out like I give other people their flowers, you know what I'm saying? Like you got cats like in the city, you got cats like Cal Wayne.
Yeah.
You got cats like Bleeder. You know what I'm saying? You know, some are friends, some are, you know, some are peers, but whatever the case may be. But it sounds like, but when you have a woman rapping like that, she kept her clothes on and she was talking about the struggle. And I know her personally from the hood, so it's like I knew she wasn't lying. So when I heard her sounding like a version of me, because I always told myself, if I ever found the second coming of me and somebody that had one up on me, then that's who I would, you know, I would sit down and say, all right, let's talk about getting you to where I left off from, so you can skip all that bullshit that I had to go through, and let's start you from there.
That's good.
And a lot of people came. One line, 8 people came. Well, that's a lot of people for me because, you know, 3's a crowd. And she stood out. She stood out, and she was rapping.
Mm-hmm.
And she was rapping about the stuff that I could be like, see, this is the thing right here. Y'all as men, how many times is you in the car and, you know, no disrespect to Cardi or whoever it is, or to a city girl, but I mean, how many times are you jamming and then a certain part come on and you got like, yeah, can't say that part.
You're right. But when
Can't
it
say
comes to
that
Lolita
part.
album, I'm like, yeah,
You can say all of it.
all of it. I want to spray niggas with Uzis right now just because of her song.
You feel me? And she ain't say nothing about her pussy on the whole album.
Not at all.
No.
Even in the
that was refreshing to me, that I could hear an album like "Don't Die Today," like that shit. Like I don't want to die today either, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I feel this shit. So I was like, man, let me, you know, I had to be a fool to not get behind something like that.
Now, we've had her on the show and we've heard from her perspective. What was your perspective of hearing Lolita from only rapping for like a year? What was your perspective when you first heard her in the studio rapping?
I was like, damn, this nigga can rap. Because I mean, I couldn't know. I mean, as far as I know about Lolita, like even when I met her back in the day, it was always pull up, roll up, listen to Kevin Gates. That's what she always did. And then, or listen to me, you know what I'm saying? Listen to Mo, or listen to, you know, Big Mo, listen to Young Boy. It was, but the people that she was listening to, it was already like, everybody that you listening to is crazy as fuck, including myself. And they crazy talented, and everybody can hit a note and sing. So you programming yourself without even knowing you programming yourself to be something special.
You know, let's talk about like extending that idea of programming. You have made this career of taking what looks like something to be negative. Like I remember the series where there was crack, codeine, things like that. And when you listen to the album, you're talking about the pitfalls, you're talking about the ups and downs. But even though there's this tinge of negative, there's always this level of positivity that comes out of your music.
Right.
What are the themes that you're thinking about when you go in where it's like, you know, like, oh, I'm gonna name this album Codeine, and I already know what the response is gonna be from two sides. One, the people that are into that just gonna come to that because it's like, oh, that's what he said. and the other people on the other side are going to be like, oh, this is going to be some more negative music.
Right.
But there's positivity in it. What is your thinking when you're going through it and starting to craft these albums?
Well, I don't craft albums. No, I don't craft albums at all. I never went into the studio like, hey, I'm about to do Let the Truth Be Told. Nah, I mean, ever since my Rap a Lot and my first Mike Dean experience, where it was like, yeah, let me get a dub with that so I can listen to it at home. Well, we don't give out copies. Y'all don't give out copies. So you talking about I just came over here and I just did a song and you ain't gonna give me a copy? Nigga, I kid. So my whole thing is after that, I leave straight out of Mike Dean's house and I go off Dunville, I go to Guitar Center and I put me a studio together so I never had to experience that again. So with having a studio in your house ever since 2004,
damn,
I don't do albums. I get inspired. I get up, roll up, do whatever I'm gonna do, pull up, not get up at all. But and I go in there and I do songs. So and if I wake up one day and I'm like, you know what, album time. It's been a year. It's time to go and give them another one. What I want to call it. Codeine. All right, cool. I'm gonna grab every song in my unreleased discography that I think matches the title, and I'm gonna put it to it. So Codeine was like, Codeine was like, all right, cool. This is gonna be a little bit more laid back. It's gonna do you like Codeine. That's what I was saying when I went through those titles. Like when Dre named his album Chronic, he was just telling me his album was dope. That's it. So when I named my shit Crack, I was like, bitch, you gonna die listening to this jam, motherfucker. Cocaine, more songs than Crack, a little bit more laid back though. Crack was like this, Cocaine was like this. You know what I'm saying? Heroin was like, oh shit, I left y'all for 3 years while, me and Jay was having our little, whatever type of disagreement we was having at the time. So it was, 2 or 3 years that I was on hiatus. So when I came back, I gave him meth and heroin at the same time. So I went, I picked the songs for meth. I was like, yeah. I talked to my homeboy who actually do that shit. He was, all the songs that he was like, oh shit, this motherfucker here. That's what I put on meth. Cause I can't tell you shit about meth. I can't tell you shit about crack. I can't tell you shit about cocaine. Codeine, I was professor. You know what I'm talking about? I was a professor. So I knew what to put on codeine. You know what I'm saying? A little bit, not too much. Pressure, nah. I whooped your ass for 20 songs on Pressure. I put the pressure was applied. Yeah. So that's how I put my shit together. Cause I think right now with the 20 that I took off to put on Pressure, I think I have like, I want to say, well, in total, 23, okay, it was 2350, so it's 2,330 songs left, unreleased.
Really?
So I go and check out through these and just, I've been recording since 2004. So so actually that's an understatement. I have more songs.
So you have over 2,000 songs sitting in your library.
Yeah.
Currently right now.
At this moment.
And when did you record all of these songs?
Actually I'm lying because I was at James Who's yesterday. So this is 2, 3, 3, 1. Yeah, I did one yesterday with Mike B. So, but it's cheating. It's cheating because I can go into the room, I can do my song, and then the way I love James Who, he has a voice template mix for my like he know how I like my music. So once I do a song, I leave the north side, come back to the hood, go to Who's, he mix, and when I leave, that shit is mixed and mastered already. So with a system like that, where you can actually do a song a day and it's ready, say like Pac used to tell you, or Pimp C too, they was gonna do 3 songs a day. They wasn't getting them shits mixed in the same day though. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a song every day. And I'm getting this motherfucker mixed every day. And we'll say like I go to Hoover's 3 times a week. So out of all the songs that I'm doing every day, when I go to his house, we could just say we doing that's 3 a week. So you talking about mastered is 12 a month. And it's been like that since it's been like that.
Damn.
So for songs that's just loose that are not mixed and mastered, it's way more than that.
I can imagine because you used to put those out. I remember Power. This is one of my favorite albums. You was making the beats. It wasn't necessarily the best mix, but I loved it because you can hear your passion on each one of those songs. I can't say I missed that zero. I do, but you know, you keep going and you progress. But I know those songs when you didn't have a mixed and master, they were still perfect, man. You have this amazing work ethic. What can you tell the rappers now that like, what advice can you tell an up and coming rapper to have a work ethic like yourself?
Well, I mean, it's hard to do what I do because you either have to be a deadbeat with a whole lot of money and a whole lot of time on your hand. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't have to do nothing when I wake up. I can wake up and I can choose just, coffee, weed, workout, record. That's my decision. You know what I'm saying? And I pay my bills that way. So to a person that has his life together, that can do what I do, he really don't need to record because his life is already together. But the way I do it is just because everything is a song. You know what I'm saying? Like even when I get off of here, it's like you just put something on my mind. Like, yeah, man, the shit was dope, even though it wasn't James Hoover back then. And it's like, I don't know. You tell the up and coming dude, man, in my perspective, man, stay independent as long as you can. Like build your fan base. You can go and go take that money from the people if you want to. And it's gonna look good and you're gonna live good. Your credit ain't gonna be out if you don't sell what they, you know what I'm saying? That in the red, that's some real terminology. And this recoupable word, oh, that's a motherfucker. They want that shit back. Mm-hmm. It ain't like getting a love sack couch where they just can't come in the house and get it back. They fuck your credit up. Like it's a little deeper than that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh shit.
So I would rather, stay independent, grow your fan base like I did. Because I came out with Screw, didn't nobody give a fuck because I was rapping way different than everybody else. Look what you did to me. Nothing on that motherfucker. Zero versus the world. A little bit more of nothing. You know what I'm saying? King in the Ghetto. A little bit less of nothing again. And by the time I got to KMJ, doing like the self-entitled Zero album and Life and all that, I got to where I was on a payment plan. And I mean, it was mediocre. Yeah, it was less than mediocre. It was some whole shit, but I was coming from nothing. This nigga Eugene Brooks was like, I'm gonna give you a place to stay and I'm gonna give you $400 a week. That was it. That was life. It was $400 a week.
And that was, we talking about your earlier albums. That's what you were getting, talking 400. About.
Yeah, $400 a week. $400 a week and a senior citizens apartment in I think this shit was a senior living facility. I'm like, bitch, I ain't no senior like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't one of them situations where you gonna walk to the mailbox and see a bad bitch passing by. No, sir. No, sir. Everybody smelled like Aspen cream in that motherfucker. There wasn't nothing going on. But this is where I had to live at though. You know what I'm saying? $400, you talking about $1,600 a month. Yeah. Doing shows for about like $1,000. But I'm coming from nothing though. So this is dope for me.
Come up.
And this is back when the syrup was real cheap. Uh-huh. So it was like, shit, I'm good because I ain't needing nothing but just weed and to go to the studio, which he owned. So it was like, cool. Left that situation with the presidential got a bag up front. This is the first time it wasn't no $400 a week. This was like this is a bag.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and actually it was a pocket. But I mean, back then it was a bag.
Yeah.
It was a bag to me.
Yeah.
And then as you go forward, you know what I'm saying, and then you get to rap a lot, you get to what you think is a bag again, because it's the biggest I've ever got. You know what I'm saying? Then I leave off of that and do what I'm doing now. And I ain't never seen money like I see that shit right now.
You can imagine.
Yeah. So it's like, to tell an artist to stay independent is kind of selfish, because if you got 4.5 fans right now, you don't want to hear a motherfucker tell you stay independent. Because I think in 19 when I dropped my first record, I ain't really started getting money until 8 years ago.
Mm.
And I'm in my 40s.
Mm.
So it's kind of like one of them old be the tortoise and not the hare type of things. Like, persevering, you'll get there. You can't tell a motherfucker that's young and vibrant, like, hey man, slow down and just have tunnel vision on this. You don't want to have tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you got these Hellcats, these SRTs, having big old money, throwing that shit in the club. And so it's hard to tell a motherfucker that want to do that shit right now, today, like, nah, man, your time coming next year type shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, but really independent, it's the best way. You know what I'm saying? It's the best way, because when you get your money, the money that I was getting, like the money I was getting at Rap a Lot for the year, or any label that I was on for the year, that shit like every month right now.
Damn.
Now the other
that shit
thing,
like every month.
I was gonna say, what is that like? Because it goes through what a lot of artists, especially as they get popular. You said you started at 19. Now you're in your 40s. You just started making money in your eyes 8 years ago, like real money. What is
Right.
that also like to have this? You're famous, and people have a perception of what you got, but you like, dog. It's like that Andre 3000 verse. Like, dog, I'm working like you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What is that
Yeah.
like to have that and be here in the city, and it's like everybody looking at you like you zero, you a legend. Now, you know what I'm saying? I know you got it. I know you got it.
Mhm.
And you like, dog, I'm working.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we all got to get up and go to work in some form or fashion. I used to tell people all the time, because they used to be like, hey man, can I get an autograph? I'm like, nah. And I'm gonna be like, damn nigga, you a whole ass nigga. I'm like, nah, not really. I don't feel like I'm who you think I am. Like at the time, like if I'm getting $50,000 a year, you talking about minimum wage. You know what I'm saying? Like, be in that Chrysler 300 from the Top Notch video and have one of your fans pull up in the Benz next to you like, Ro, what's up? I'm gonna tell you what's up. Your car better than mine. You know what I'm saying? You looking at me like I'm your hero, and I'm looking at you like, all right, well, give me your motherfucking car then, because you don't really know what it is. But that's why I rap like that on all that shit, because I was telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have to sit up and make up no poverty. I ain't have to sit up and make up no struggle. You know what I'm saying? I just told people what it really was, and they can grasp on to it, because it's what they going through too, because I am them. Ain't nothing better. That's why I actually interact with I don't want to call nobody no fan, but I interact with my people online. You know what I'm saying? For motherfuckers talk shit, I will get on that motherfucking, verbally peel your top back on that motherfucker.
Oh, we see.
And people
see.
Yeah, and that's a good selling point too. You know what I'm saying? It's a good selling point. I'm a master shit talker. But I mean, it felt bad, because a lot of times I was putting out records. I was putting out records and go sleep in the back seat of that 300. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it was. I don't know. It builds character at the same time, but I mean, it'll definitely kill you while it builds you, though. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely something to go through when everybody look at you like, damn, there you go. And it's like, yeah, I'm just going home. No, I ain't going to no award show. I ain't going to go be appreciated nowhere. I'm going to go do what you doing. I'm finna go pick up me a bag of smoke, and I'm going right back home. So, you know, feeling like a star, I never did.
Now, I know you don't like to call people your fans. They're more like supporters. I think about like the online community that you have that goes behind you. Like they call out people for selling fake zero merchandise. Like if there's fake zero merch, they track them down and call them out. As you've been developing this online and as a person, you've found this balance between being social and also not being social. What is it like to have that level?
We call it rosocial. It's rosocial. Yeah.
What's it like to have that level of support?
Man, I guess I could describe it like this, man. The best way I can describe that is being Paul Wall. Being Paul Wall, because whether Paul Wall is a rapper, whether he just doing your grill, or whether you just see him, like I used to see him at Carrington passing out flyers for Mike Jones. He was always just a beacon of light. He was cool. He was something like DJ Screw. And when you just try to be cool with everybody, like it just feels like it's what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't got no hidden agenda on nothing. I'm not befriending you trying to get nothing. I'm just me. So to have people supporting me that don't know me, it kind of feel like I don't want to be boastful, but it kind of feel like it's supposed to be like that because I'm just cool. Now, unless you trying to, you know, pull a wool over my eyes or something, I'm gonna knock your hairline back an inch like any other real person would out here. But I don't wake up and be on no attitude shit. I just wake up and I'm like, hey man, who got the smoke? Where y'all kicking it at today? Okay. Oh, so y'all, I asked my partner Cook where y'all kicking it at. Oh, I'm over here with the Killer Clan. So I'll go kick it with the Killer Clan. And they finna go kick it with the SPC, which is all my people. And then they finna go kick it with a whole bunch of motherfuckers I don't know. I'ma go. And I'ma treat everybody in there motherfucker like I knew them all my life. That don't mean I'm finna have a kumbaya with you, because I mean, you know, I don't mess with my own friends day to day like that. But I come around and I just sit down and be quiet, smoke, you know what I'm saying? Laugh at some shit if it's funny, you know. If I don't, I just don't feel like it. But I mean, I'm just a regular person. So to have that support, I know I'm gonna have that support because I'm speaking their language. I'm speaking your language. You know what I'm saying? You got a bill. I don't give a damn if you can pay it or not. You don't want to pay that shit.
No. Yeah.
My motherfucking light bill $12.50 a month right now. Ooh. I don't want to pay that shit. I ain't want to pay that shit when it was $50 a month. Still ain't want to pay that shit. And if I could find a way to run a line from my neighbors next door with the 25,000 square foot house next door to me, I still lay lights if I could. I run me a line like I used to do in Mo City. But I mean, I'm just regular people. So I think when people find out that you regular, they kind of like hold your real nigga auditions a little bit more lighter than a person that's always out here with all this here. Oh man, I do this to you. Oh, you know how it is over here. Gang talk, stick this. For what? What I'm gonna do all this goddamn lip boxing and spitting and shit for? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say what I got to say and I'm gonna move out the way. And I think that's why people fuck with me. Because I'm gonna stick to the script and I'm gonna kick rocks. That's it.
And it makes sense that you're like that, because I've always found that the people that was really about that life was the ones that didn't talk much. When you talk a lot, you lying. But another thing too with your music is what is appreciated, like you just said, is like your music is kind of like everyday music. Jay-Z, he talks about, of course, success. I don't have a plane, and so when I listen to him, I can't relate all the way, but like your music is like an everyday type of music. So I mean, as a supporter, I can honestly say that, because me and all my friends, especially during like college years when we was going through it, my God, I found me was like the Bible, sir. I just want to thank you again for that.
Yeah. Well, see, the thing about I find me, man, like I don't want to just go Bible based and nothing like that, but they tell you that the age of accountability is around 12 or 13. It's kind of like that's cool, but I don't believe that. I believe it starts earlier. Like if you a little kid and you reach out to go grab some shit, but then you do this, you know you about to fuck up. So actually, you know you're taking account for shit way earlier than that. And then as you get to leave your household, and now you going into the college world, or even just here the school world.
Yeah.
Now you're a little bit more relaxed than you are at the crib. So you're more prone to do more whole shit because you're away from the people that keep you away from whole shit from 9 in the morning to 3:30 in the afternoon type shit. So once you in this preteen and this real teenage year, like you're not thinking like I know I wasn't thinking back then the way I'm thinking now, but I still was on top of my stick back then. And I held the thing was I held people accountable for what they did or for what they didn't do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I rapped and I did this I Found Me shit because I was still broke when I wrote that shit. I was living on Sun Blossom cottages. I was on Harwin. I was on Harwin in the Beltway and them raggedy motherfuckers over there. Then was paying my rent. I was on straight profit, you know what I'm saying, or recording. And just before I did that shit, I could recall, people not wanting to fuck with my music. That was my people, like my homeboy, I always say people's names, but I guess I'm getting older, so I guess I ain't gonna say a nigga name. But my partner, he used to pull my cassette tape out like if it was some bitches coming. Throw my shit in the back seat and hurry up and put balling in the mix. We had to listen to Kiki when some hoes came around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the type of shit we had to do. You know what I'm saying? And it was funny to me because when I dropped my record and it started doing something, this same dude came back and was like, "Hey man, I got this dude, and you need to do this here." Nah, bitch ass nigga, I don't need to do nothing. I don't need to do nothing because I found me. I don't need to find who you talking about. I found me. I found out I don't need your fat ass. You know what I'm saying? I found out I don't need you to pick me up. And if need be, I'll walk. Thank for the God they got Uber and shit like that. They live. If we'd have had that shit back then, I could afford it anyway, but I'd have jumped out on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
You talked about it on that song.
Yeah. And I mean, that's what it was. I was just telling everybody, hey man, you know what? All that shit you looking for in other people, you can find that in yourself. That's all I was saying.
There you go. Zero was doing self-care before self-care was cool.
Man, I was Kevin Samuels before that nigga was him. I was.
Now, when you talk about things changing, like you said, just starting out at 19, what's the biggest change that you've seen in yourself as your career has progressed?
Just in anything?
In anything. You know how many people are related to music?
The skinniness of the pants, man. The skinniness of the pants, man. Like they don't even make everything is blood pressure right now. Like you can see everybody blood pressure, man. Like it ain't. That's the most drastic change I've seen, man. It's that you can go platinum off of online, and I don't care where you at. If you want your pants to fit like they supposed to, you got to buy them hoes 7 sizes larger. Like I got to really buy a 58. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm wearing a 38, I gotta buy a 58 just so they can look regular. Like you know how many motherfucking times the belt got to loop around for this shit? Man, say man, nah, man. Like that. Yeah, man. And then like somebody started that way, everybody getting killed. Cause how you gonna run away when they start shooting in your balls in your pocket?
How you gonna keep it on you? You can see it on you. Your pants are so tight, your shirt's so small. I know exactly what you got on you. I identify with that.
Bro, I'm talking about your balls is right here. You got like you can't even, yeah, man. Like it's I know who in control of this world, man. And it's fucked up.
Now that's a change that you've seen happening just overall. But what about with you in particular? Like,
I ain't changed at all.
You haven't changed at all. Nothing's changed.
I ain't changed. Nothing has changed. The only thing that's changed about me is I don't drink syrup no more. I could always talk with sense, but it's just motherfuckers they ain't want to pay for me talking with sense. I mean, prime example. Prime example right here. My boy Sauce Walker. They nobody want to listen to him when he was rapping "Stop the Violence." Ain't nobody want to listen to him when he was rapping politically. As soon as he slapped the shit out of somebody and said, "Ooh,
yeah,
he on."
Yeah,
he on. So it's like, but I mean, yeah, everybody tapped into what made them money. Cause me, my thing was, man, look, like you know, Kiki, you know, Swangers Candy Paint, Pokey, Swingers Candy Paint, you know, my whole clique. And, you know, me on some things too, but this was like the norm. They was freestyle kings, you know what I'm saying? So you talking about all this here. Even on the school tapes, I was rapping, like flipping my tongue, singing a little bit. I was doing something different. So it's kind of like being different is what saved me. You know what I'm saying? Because I really wanted to be more on the political side myself. Like when I came home from jail, I thought it was gonna be, even though they want to follow me around the store, but it was the dumbest song I ever made. That ain't mean nothing. This what everybody wanted. Most City Done freestyle. I ain't talking about a goddamn thing on it. I ain't talking about a goddamn thing. That shit don't sound good.
So okay,
that shit don't sound good.
For you,
don't do this on the show, brother.
No.
I got to.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. For you, the Most City Don freestyle was just like, like you wanted to talk about more political stuff.
Well, I mean, the thing about me, I've always been a put some, like Pimp would say, put some fat on your brain type of rapper. So I guess it kind of, I mean, it's good that the song did what it did, but I was looking for stuff like, you know, and of course I Hate You did what it did, but like the stuff with subject matter, the meat and the potatoes, I ain't never really think that the cheesecake, I ain't never really think that the shit after the meal was gonna be what everybody wanted to eat.
Yeah.
You
I think that's what
keeps
the lights on, though. You feel me? Like people want to hear that, but at the same time, we do want to hear "I hate you, bitch." We want to hear all of those things that come with it, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like up until that point, you got to think. Up until that point, you had "Look What You Did to Me." I'm talking about real album, not the shit niggas been made. You had "Look What You Did to Me," Zero vs. the World, you know, King of the Ghetto, the KMJ run, you know what I'm saying? The Gorilla Mob shit, the Gorilla Mob Rise, Life, you know what I'm saying? Zero self-entitled album. Then you get up into the mixtapes, Gangstafied. I did Gangstafied in 1999. That's 1999.
Classic. That's
where Mo City Don comes from. It made its debut with the song number 1, I think, on Let the Truth Be Told in 2005. That's when that shit came out. So the song was already old when it came out on my album. Because I did that shit in 99. And you thinking about, okay, all these great songs on this album. You got Face on there, these, you know what I'm saying? You got all this here going on. You got I'm a Soldier, like you got all this shit. I'm in Mike Dean house, I'm going crazy. I'm like, man, I'm finna go off. I'm turning around, you got Juvenile, everybody in this motherfucker like, man, whoever homie is, he, you know what I'm saying? And then you go to jail and come back, and the song that everybody fucking with is some shit that you did in the 90s. and it's some shit that you ain't say nothing about. It was just Slow Loud banging all in my trunk full of punk. Full of skunk. I ain't never been. I blow on. I'm like, that's what these niggas want to hear.
That shit get the party moving.
But the thing about it is, I'm not a party dude, so that's probably why it don't resonate with me. I don't want to be at the party. Even when they paying me to be at the party, I don't want to be at the party.
Well, yeah, we could tell we was just at the Gas Gods thing the other day. You was like, "What's good?" Kept to
Yeah.
yourself. Kept it moving. So I was like, me and Lolita, every time we see each other, we cracking up. You'd be like, "Hey, what's good?" And you keep it moving. I'll be like,
I was really just appalled because they was like, "Oh, no credit card on it." What, nigga? I was just appalled. I was appalled. I was like, I got my drink. I'm like, "Huh, you go." They just, "Oh no, no cash." I'm like, "Boy, this shit is getting ridiculous." I was ready to go.
Yeah, cat.
And then it was cool because I could go upstairs and I could smoke, get my mind right. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, damn. But no, don't nothing be wrong, man. I just be, I'm just to myself.
Yeah. I mean, also even at bringing up that Gas Gods event, that was David Banner's release party where he's talking
Right.
about the God Box too, and
Right.
David Banner is not just speaks highly of you. It's you, it's Slim, it's Houston in general, and that motivation. What was it like in that moment where Banner is speaking about how this city and you and Slim in particular affected him so much?
And Pimp C.
Well, I mean, man, yeah, I mean, it's big respect. Like, I've had, I met Banner on a couple of different occasions. I think the last time I talked to Banner was whenever they was shooting that video, that Bun B video with Banner, Ball G, and Bun. That you're
Everything I do.
Yeah. They shot it at Grooves. That was the last time I seen Banner. And Banner, I forgot what I did, but evidently I must have said something because it seemed you like, man, I did call you back. You tripping. So I was like, that's all I remember. And I was like, I don't know, man. I was on that surge. But I mean, to have somebody like Banner, that's definitely achieved. You know what I'm saying? Pass some flowers out. It's dope because I don't get a lot of those. I don't get a lot of those. So to have flowers being given you from somebody who has flowers being given to him at the same time, it's a dope feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, what can you say bad about Bama?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. If you say something bad about Bama, then your daddy a hoe. So it's just man, it was like one of the moments, like, yeah, because you have some stuff that ain't genuine. Like if I go to Sacramento, you have to do your homework and be like, okay, before I get here, who the top dogs? Who is their top song? Let me memorize this. Let me memorize that. Oh, okay, let me get the jersey. You have some people that's gonna embody that to make the city love them. But then on the flip side of that coin is you actually got real people who come to cities and actually move into these cities mentally when they get there. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like me going to Cali and being invested with with their rappers and their culture. Like I go there and okay, it was Nipsey, but it wasn't just Nipsey. It was Glasses. It was Glasses Low. Glasses Malone. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was it was Yuck Mouth back when it was Dragon Gang. R.I.P. Gonzo. Like when you go to some cities, it's like you just going to your other house, and it's just another one of Banner's other houses. He came here. He showed the city love. And the city loved him back. And I think the city loved him first because he came right. He didn't come down here with this, oh, yeah, man, I'm David. Nah, he came, like the man said, he came down here broke. He wasn't tripping if he went back broke. He came down here broke. But I mean, he loved the culture. Something like Crit too. You know what I'm saying? Crit will come down here and, fuck around with who we fuck around with. But I mean, you come down here and fall in love with the city and then learn the city. It's kind of like when I go to Louisiana. You ain't got to tell me when nothing is. I know where I'm gonna go in any part with if it's Lake Charles, Lafayette, Alexandria, Opelousas, Baton Rouge, Karen Crow, Thibodeau. You know what I'm saying? Mansoura, Via Platte. You ain't gonna miss me in none of that.
Damn, everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere. And I don't need no GPS either. And that I mean, that's when it's real. And that's how Banner is. He come, he ain't scared of nothing. He meeting people and he remembering these people. And he better than me because I ain't finna remember motherfucking name for nothing. I'm gonna know your face. I'm gonna know if you're a hoe or not. But I mean, yeah, it's dope. It's a shout out to Banner.
Well, you were talking about, flowers and getting flowers because you said you don't get them as much as you probably should. We're looking at like people that you came up with and talking about legacy. Right now, we've interviewed Lance Scott Walker, who's putting together the DJ Screw book. We've spoken with Chill, who's making the movie on DJ Screw. And one of the things talking to Lance was when you go through the book, it's a process because you got to get lawyers involved to confirm stories. And everybody, because DJ Screw knew a lot of people, but media didn't grab him until well after his death. So now they're trying to go through and flesh out a story. And as you're going through flesh out a story, a lot of people just making stuff up. Some people are just saying, hey, it's this. How important, what are your feelings on that? And then two, how important is it for you to maintain and have a very clear legacy? Like, are you like Kiki getting ready to come out with books and other things, or how important is the legacy for you?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not because, I mean, look, I came to this motherfucker. I ain't have nothing. And everything I'm accumulating right now, when I leave, somebody else gonna take it. Ain't no really such thing as no motherfucking legacy. Ain't no such thing. I'm gonna leave this motherfucker. And when I leave, then look at Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? They asked this man, hey, so for Black Panther 2, so what is it gonna be? That man said, I'm dead. He knew he was gone. And he laughed at it like, man, he didn't say I got colon cancer and I'm stage 4. He was just like, I'm dead, and laughed at it and walked off. Don't nothing you do at this motherfucker mean nothing. It don't mean nothing. It's cool for while you're here, but I mean, once you're gone, you're gone. So that legacy shit, like, And as far as me writing a book, that's cool, but I personally think my experiences are for me. You know what I'm saying? I think they for me and whoever I want to personally give them to, if I want to have somebody, like, if I'm telling y'all the thing that y'all doing, all right, well, look, man, when I did what y'all was doing, I made a left and I got fucked up. So why don't y'all go straight and make a right? That's my book right there. I'm not gonna sit around this bitch and catch arthritis trying to make some shit sound good for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because that ain't what I'm here for. Because don't nobody have as many albums as me. And really, if you pay attention, that's my book right there. Every time I put out a record. Because I don't rap party songs. I'm rapping the shit probably that the people are putting in their books. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, nah, I'm not gonna do a book. Like, but far as movie go, I mean, I got a movie coming out, but it ain't nothing about me. I'm just jumping into the entertainment, on that plane for a little while doing some shit. But nah, I never wanted to do an autobiography. And the reason why is because everybody else is doing it. I don't want to do some shit that everybody else doing.
I mean, even though everybody's doing it, you're like the one that we listen to your music and your story is well documented. I lost my mama and I lost my mind. But still, yours is the book that everybody wants. I want your book. Hypothetically, if you got with like a writer like my brother right here who writes, like, I promise you, everybody would get that book.
Well, it's like, you see like Pimp C had the book with Julia Beverly did the book on Pimp C. And I think it fleshed out. So like people that were huge fans of Pimp C were like, dog, I didn't even know all this stuff. Like, I didn't know all of this in the background. So still never thought of it though.
Right. Well, I mean, nah, it's just like I say, man. I think my experiences are for me and for my close in people. And I deal with a lot of my supporters like hands on. Like I deal with, like I hold retreats. You know what I'm saying? I hold dinners and lunches where I talk to these people. You know what I'm saying? They got my number. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just a little bit more personable and personal with my collective stories. I don't want mine just filtering out, or kind of like, okay, take 50 with this, hustle harder, hustle smarter book. Something like that, when I'm telling somebody how to do something, I'll do that. But as far as what happened to me in 1989 while I was over here at the come and go in the club, then I don't need to do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really want to put mine, like I can tell you how to not get fucked by a record label. I can tell you how to not take an advance and take a chance and all this other shit. But I don't really want to tell you my story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And when you talk about telling people like, I went right or I went left, here's how you go right. If you could go back and talk to that 19-year-old you, like what's the biggest piece of advice that you would give that person? And would you have changed anything?
I probably wouldn't have changed anything, man, because it built the person that I am right now. I probably wouldn't be as self-sufficient as I am and not needing anybody. I probably would have latched on to a whole lot more people. But I mean, I had a good mentor in the people that I latched on mentally to K Reno. You know what I'm saying? I latched on mentally to him, listening to him, along with different preachers. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think I made too many bad decisions besides befriending a bunch of sap suckers. I think we all befriend a bunch of sap suckers, not knowing that they're sap suckers, because everybody got on their game face when you meet them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You don't never know that he ain't the right friend or she ain't the right girlfriend until you get to know these motherfuckers. Crazy ain't right now. Crazy is a couple weeks away from here. You know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody. So I probably wouldn't have changed nothing, except I probably would have grown my fan base a little more, and I probably never would have fucked with any of those record labels. That's probably the only thing I wouldn't have done. It would have taken me longer to get to where I wanted to go, but I would have eventually got there. It's that building a pyramid type of thing. It's gonna take you longer building that motherfucker by yourself, but at least you know what each and every brick was when you laid it down. Because when you got your back turned, motherfucker move that Acme brick out and put it up on their own shit and put some more shit on your foundation. So yeah, you got to build your shit by yourself regardless.
Okay.
That's true. I know you brought up K Reno because that's when we've spoken with K Reno, that's his whole thing where don't sign with a label, keep it independent. Mm-hmm. And K Reno told us a story. He said at one point he went back to work. He's like, I dropped the album, everybody loved it. I waited, and then I went and got a regular job, and then I said, nah, let me go. And then he consistently drops. So he goes, all this work out here happened after. Like after I quit my job, he's like, all these albums that happened like later on in my career. I just started dropping.
Yeah. See, you take a cat like Reno, and I'm gonna say I'm more of a commercial dude than he is, because I want to be in all these places that he don't want to be.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? I want to be there because I know I'm a contender, and the money is cool, but the recognition is what it's really for. You know what I'm saying? If I walk in the room in the streets, and when I walk in the streets gonna be like, oh shit, they gonna roll with us. Let's not go over there, because I'm really who I am. on the street level and on the music level. I want to be taken seriously in the music like I'm taken seriously on these streets. Because otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this shit if it's just for a check. Because I can get money doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want the accolade. You know, like how Jordan said, like, yeah, you know, 350 million a year is cool. But that man said, man, look, Magic Johnson had some shit that I didn't have, and that was the championship. I want the scoring title. I want the championship. I want MVP. I want player of the year. You know what I'm saying? I want all that shit. Because you can't just go up in there and hang your motherfucking money in your foyer.
That's true.
I want to hang my accolades in my foyer. Because I do have a fucking foyer. Foyer, however these motherfuckers
However
say that shit.
you got it. That's true because yeah, you deserve it. I mean, hey, you top 5 dead or alive next to Jada, Nipsey, all of them, Jay, Big, all of them. When it comes to anybody, I mean, listening to your music, a lot of times, even though you say you don't get the flowers, a lot of the rappers that I necessarily like that weren't from the city, like.
Right.
They always fuck with you. I'd be like surprised. Like, hell, I was surprised when I saw you on this was a few years ago when it was on Freddie Gibbs' album. I forget the title of it. It's the one with DJ Drama was on it. But you was
Box
on
frame Cadillac.
Yes, even if it's raining, I'ma still drop the top. But
Drop the top, yeah.
You always get this respect, but with that respect and you wanting these accolades, tell us about your new album, Pressure. Awesome album, by the way.
Pressure, man. I mean, it was just like I told you. It was time. Ron Hyman had some kinks because of the COVID timing.
Oh, okay.
Because you had to realize that I had my birthday party and concert on January 19th, 2020, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And the very next day, the city shut down.
Oh.
And I mean, it was standing room only at the House of Blues. I had on my Pimp shit. I was live, you know what I'm saying? The city, I had, you know, Propane, Paul, Pokey, you know what I'm saying? I had an all-star cast of people, you know, Slim, you know, Jay came out and spoke. Like, everything was set up for me to go head on with Muhammad Ali. And I was supposed to drop Muhammad that day too, but due to some other shit, it was like, nah, I'm gonna have to wait a little while. So woke up on the 20th, that next day, that Monday, and like, yeah, we had a level with whatever color it was fucked up color because the city was closed. Yeah. And since the city is closed, all the concerts are canceled. Sending deposits back. Some people was just like, hey man, keep the deposits until we, you know, world open back up and we'll just get a new venue and so on and so forth. But like the timing was so messed up. I dropped that I'm okay video on the 19th, like everything was good, and then you just dead for 2 years. You know what I'm saying? The concerts started coming back slowly but slowly around November of the year. Open the city up, close it back down momentarily again. Like, so I decided to drop Quarantine as a, you know, I'm gonna do a little something, you know, here just to get some more bread going on because it ain't no shows and I'm basically just living off of I'm check to check every month. Mm-hmm. Probably a little bit more check than the average person used to, but this one I'm living off of every month. So with Pressure, I'm like, man, look, I dropped June 27th.
Classic.
For Muhammad Ali. That's when I'll drop that motherfucker. And it's damn near June 27th now. That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was 2 years ago. Because I dropped my shit last month. It ain't been out for a month yet. So I was like, man, let me go ahead and give these people some shit right quick. You know what I'm saying? I still got a grown man to have done by beans and cornbread all the way through. still got a record with Slim, and I still got a bunch of records with everybody. But I was like, far as me, let me go and drop some pressure right quick. Let me drop some pressure right quick because I needed to. I couldn't just come back out and just, man, let me give y'all some playtime. I'm like, nah, let me mix it up a little bit. Let me mix a little grown up with a little young nigga, and a little richness with a little struggle. And let me go and put this pressure pack together. And I think that's what I did this time. I gave the pressure pack.
You did, man. Them beats, man. Them the best beats I've ever heard you rap on out of your whole entire career, brother. Them beats is nice.
Yeah, they pretty dope.
When you talk about the music, because we talking about the beats and the music is put together, it was I read an article in the Houston Chronicle. It was did an interview with Shelby Stewart. She's over at the Houstonian now, and she was delving into the influence that the church and your father have had in your music. Talk about that upbringing, because it's a soulful church sound that you have that a lot of people I think resonate with, but they don't necessarily pick up on, like, oh, this is like church music.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, the thing is, I'm gonna say that the ability to, I ain't gonna say I sing. I'm gonna just say I do hymnals. You know what I'm talking about? I do hymnals. I can hum real good, but I guess I don't know. The lack of fear comes from the church. It's probably lack of fear, because I used to sing in a singing group with a couple of them. I played around with Brookhaven Church of Christ and their singing group. I was briefly in the Melody Years in Shady Acres Church of Christ.
Okay.
And then just Church of Christ singing, in those type of non-denominational church settings, ain't no instruments. Like, this is just lift every voice and sing type shit. So you got your sopranos, your altos, your baritone, like, and I'm really learning, like, up here, down here, and I'm learning how to harmonize and hit different notes. So it's like, I guess the one thing my old man taught me how to do was some shit called a 4-man melody. You know what I'm saying? And it's where I would go. It's where I would go, and I'll sing one thing. I'll sing like one note, right? I'll sing one note here, and then I'll sing my song, and then I go back, take this cassette and put it over here and play it with that one note. The fresh cassette over here recording this old note and the new note I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Switch the tape again. So all of a sudden I'm soprano, alto, bass, tenor. I'm all four. So my old man taught me how to do that, and he also taught me how to play the keys. So if I can say in life the three things he taught me was the 4-man melody. He taught me how to play ball, and he taught me how to, how to play that shit. And me, I didn't never really want to do all this shit myself. But I ain't had no money to pay everybody to do this shit. So why not sing my own shit because it's free, and play my own shit also because it's also free? I just saved a bunch of money without even switching the motherfucking Geico doing that shit. You feel me?
Geico. Funny.
Yeah, man. Like Big Mo charged me $500 before he knew who I was to sing background on 2 minutes.
Man.
And I didn't have that at the time. You know what I'm saying? So since I didn't have that at the time, it was me doing that shit myself. So as I'm doing it myself, that's why I'm on there. And I could sing, but I wasn't ready to really get out there and break tones and tremble at the end of my notes and do all this other shit that I do now.
Yeah.
Because it was one of them like, this nigga over here singing and shit. Nigga get in the kitchen and cut that crack. Like how, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't be in this bitch working with a 4.5 and just in this bitch doing all this Billy Cook shit. So I don't know. The lack of fear came from the church. The ability came from my old man, and I think from shit I heard about my mother, I think that shit came from her too. I know something had to come from her because I ain't heard no bad stories about her. But yeah, I think that's where that shit come from, man. I just started honing my craft a little bit more as the years was going on, because as you get, I guess, more along in your career, it's kind of like I need to do shit with other artists because I'm tired of hearing me by myself. But motherfuckers won't fuck with me due to the blackballing, the hating, or whatever the case may be. But I had to start doing more because you ain't gonna hear the song and then hear Trey Songz singing my shit, singing my hook.
Yeah.
So I gotta be this nigga Trey Songz on my shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I had to be Billy Cook on my shit. I had to be, I had a couple, take Maya on a couple songs and, Billy Cook on a couple songs. But I mean, like, to actually be in the game, I'm still not actually 25 years later, I'm still not actually in the game. I'm still doing all this shit myself. I'm not complaining about it, but it is what it is, though.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Hey man, where can the fans find you at? Where can they find you on social media?
Social media. You can catch me on Instagram at Zero. That's Z_RO. On Facebook, you can catch me at Zero Mo City, ZROMOCITY. That's my support page. I don't want to say fan page. And on Twitter, you can catch me at Zero Mo City Don, ZROMOCITYDON. And other than that, you can't find me nowhere fucking with
It's like seeing a legend, man. When you step in the party, we'd be like, damn, Zero here. So that's a cool thing. Thank you so much for staying in and coming out at the same time and just joining us on In My Humble Opinion podcast. We really just appreciate you. We want to give you your flowers. You are a legend and everybody knows it. So even if you feel regular, we don't think you regular. You an alien walking amongst men. So we really do appreciate you, dude.
Man, I appreciate y'all. Y'all done made my motherfucking day. I'm finna go kill this San Antonio show just because of y'all. I appreciate
you. Thank you,
For
brother.
real.
Thank you.
For
See,
real.
that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? You're doing your things. And just, hey, man, keep up the good work. The album's awesome. This has once again been In My Humble Opinion, humbly yours.
Oh, man.
H-Town is too sweet.
Band drops.
H-Town, too sweet.